welcome back to another preview here in the channel. This time around, week number 2, Dolphins Ravens, and home opener for the Ravens. We're gonna be back at M&T Bank Stadium for the first time in months. Like I said, home opener, 1 p.m. game. Once again, you'll love to see it. So, first things first. Both teams are 1-0. We're looking to start off 2-0. And, handle business. It's our second matchup. You know, our first 4 games are going to be against AFC East teams. It's in our second out of 4. Beat the Jets last week very comfortably, 24-9. So, first things first. Again, if you're new, what I do these previews every week. In these previews, I have the comparisons on both sides of the ball, and I have the keys to beating, the certain teams we're facing, and then my score prediction. And that's how we end. So if you enjoy, subscribe, and let's get right into it. So first things first, on offense, passing games. These are stats from only 1 week. Dolphins 13th as of now. Ravens 19th. We didn't have a lot of yards, but we were very efficient. We had all of our touchdowns were over 20-yard passes. So I hope to continue that there. Rushing 28th and 30th, really going nowhere. Looks like both teams couldn't run the ball in week 1. And that is so un-Raven-like. It's so un-Raven-like. But yeah, if Roman can't get this run game going, he's pretty much useless in this offense. Scoring 17th. For the Dolphins, we're tied 9th. So, alright, 24 points. And we'd be tied 9th in the NFL. So, not bad, honestly. Not bad. But that run game needs to go. It needs to get going. Alright, so defensively, the Dolphins, they've only allowed 7 points, while the Ravens only allowed 9. So we're second and fourth in points allowed. So, both defenses haven't played high-powered offenses. So, all right, I guess. But again, this Dolphins defense, I'm gonna talk about it later, because what happened last time should not be happening this time around at all. Alright. The pass defense for us last week statistically didn't do good. I didn't really see Flacco dotting us up at all, but alright, apparently we're 27th. Run defense, again, it's a bit underwhelming compared to what I saw. Only 12th in the league? Only 12th in the league. Alright, I guess. Alright. So, again, Dolphins defense statistically looks much better than ours. But let's get into the good shit. Alright, keys to beating the Dolphins. Let's start offensively, why not? Because that's the one thing that gets spicy. So, we're gonna have to beat cover 0. It's really not like they run it, but it's these looks. These cover 0 looks is what completely put Greg Roman on a blender, and he hasn't been able to stop it. He hasn't been able to. It was literally a look. It was just a look. they weren't actually running it. They were lining up at cover 0. They were lining up this way. But when the play starts, they were dropping. I mean, they were dropping 2 and 3. So it's like last time it didn't look like we were prepared. This time you have Greg Roman doing all the talking, saying we will find a counter, they will pay. We better see it, because Greg Roman in these past years, we've seen a lot of talking, but no executing. No execution in your shit. So we better be prepared for these looks. And also, please don't use these same counters. And again, a lot of things, again, a lot of lack of detail. A lot of lack of detail. I'm going to get to Devin Duvernay afterwards, but a lot of lack of detail into trying to counter it. Because again, if you're going to find a counter, running screens isn't the only counter that exists against cover 0. Alright? That's what I'm going to say. Inside routes, slants, quick passes, they are effective against cover 0. So you shouldn't have trouble. It's the easiest. It's literally the easiest thing to, like, bro. A slant. Like, when the linebackers drop back, they wouldn't be able to make a play. Run a quick slant. If executed properly, you're going to be able to destroy them and actually punish them. But your play calling is it's gonna play a big part in that. It's gonna play a big part in actually getting it done. Because if you have a counter but your play selection sucks, it doesn't matter. And stop running the same plays. All these screens were extremely predictable. They extremely were predictable. So you really cannot, like, it's literally all up to you. When the Dolphins do any adjustments, make adjustments. Because again, you were unable to adjust last year, even though you found a counter, but it wasn't working. It wasn't working. So you just tried again. You kept trying, and it was predictable. It's all up to you, man. You need to make adjustments. Again, defenses find the counter. They challenge you with something. You have to challenge them back. And then it's back and forth. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. That's how you do. So, your play calling is going to be very important in this game. Your adjustments. Because again, they're going to have these looks. They're going to continue having these cover 0 looks. Whether they have Brian Flores or not, they saw that it worked last time. So, again, please. Devin Duvernay, if you're going to find a counter to cover 0, Devin Duvernay is going to be an X factor in this game. Because again, what I hated about these screens is that you didn't use Devin Duvernay. You used Hollywood Brown and Sammy Watkins, guys who aren't known for their yak. Devin Duvernay is a yak god. He is bro, there is nothing Deebo Samuel does that Devin Duvernay can't do. Let's be real. Look at Devin Duvernay's college tape. There is nothing Deebo Samuel can't do that Devin Duvernay can't. There is nothing Devin Duvernay can't do that we see Deebo Samuel do with the Niners nowadays. But again, I hate it. Hollywood Brown doesn't mean you're a speedster that you have good yak. Devin Duvernay in a lot of these screens, he could have had broken tackles that could have went for big plays or even touchdowns. Use him in these screen plays. Use him in these slants, in these short routes. Give him the ball. Give him that ball. Like, bro, even Mark Andrews could be used. He's a god at inside routes. The Dolphins, no matter who they drop back, whether it's 2 or 3, because that's how it's been frequent. It's been frequently 2 or 3 guys that are dropping back when the play starts. Mark Andrews is going to eat with all that space they leave up. So you have to exploit that. You have to look at this and exploit it. If you don't, then you're going to be in trouble. That's what I'm going to say about it. It's going to have to be a big game for the offense because that's the storyline. Defensively, pass rush. Pass rush is going to be very important. The Dolphins are missing, are going to be missing. They're most likely going to be missing Teron Armstead and Austin Jackson, both of their starting tackles. I know Austin Jackson sucks, but he's still a starter. He's still going to be a starter. So it's still a loss. It's still technically a loss, even though he sucks. Even though it could be addition by subtraction. But Teron Armstead is a top 3 tackle in the league. So, guys, we better be feasting on Tua. We better be feasting. Because what it's going to do, it's going to take the pressure off our corners and safeties, off our secondary. It's going to take all that pressure. Because all those plays are going to have to Tyreek. All those plays are going to have to Waddle. All those big plays they're going to have orchestrated. They won't have time to develop because Tua's going to be running for his life. So it's gonna make the secondary's job so much easier in so many levels. And Tua he doesn't throw it. His arm. He doesn't have a Josh Allen arm. He doesn't have a Mahomes arm. So he's not going to be effortlessly in pressure going to chuck it up 50 yards. So if the pass rush does the same thing it did last week, it's going to be much easier. And as help, we're getting Travis Jones back. Travis Jones has shown some upside in terms of pass rush as a D tackle. So you'll have to see it. He's going to be back for this game. But yeah, it's going to be a very big game for guys like Odafe and Justin Houston. So and on top of that, Tua has never been good under pressure. Never been good when he faces pressure. So you would love to see that. And even Madubuike, he had a big game last week. I could really see him eating. But Odafe and Houston on both sides, they should be eating. They should have to be eating for Tua to not have time to make all these decisions and shit like that, man. So, and also getting into the next points, Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, we're gonna have to keep him in check, even with the pass rush working. So Marcus Williams played an amazing game last week. We're gonna need you to play the same way. Keep them in check. Our corners, Humphrey, if you play, Peters, if you play. I think Brandon Stephen's going to be playing at slot now, but he might not be playing. But yeah, man, our secondary, it's still going to be an important game because Tua's going to have his time to throw at times. And we cannot let Tyreek Hill go off. So keep these two in check. Rush the QB. Give him no time to have these big plays developed. And we're going to be good. If we do these things, it's going to be a good day for the defense. On offense, if Greg Roman calls a game perfectly, he finds a counter. He's able to counter their looks, their cover zero looks. So, if Greg Roman finds a way to cover zero looks, we're gonna have a good day on offense. Even if we can feed Mark Andrews, Devin Duvernay, if we're gonna run these screens, he should be the one used at all times. Marcus Williams, you're gonna be a key piece on defense regarding Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. Well, Dolphins, Houston, I need you guys to eat. I need you guys to feast on that offensive line. And if we're able to do all these things, we should have a very good day in office. So, let's get right into the score prediction. So for this game, my score prediction for this game is going to be Ravens 27, Dolphins 17. I see a solid win here. Again, very, very solid win for us. And last time the Dolphins gave us trouble, but I think this time it's not going to be the case. And honestly, I'm expecting a good day from Lamar. And yeah, man. Hopefully we get that run game going as well. With if Dobbins comes back, we're gonna be easing him in. If not, we're gonna have Kenyon Drake, Mike Davis, and Justice Hill. So yeah, man. Hopefully we can set up that run game. We can have a good run game and set up that pass. And we're going to be good today in that game. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new, click the like button, comment down below how you're feeling about this game. And yeah, guys. Hopefully, and remember the last time we played the Dolphins at home. It was that primetime game where a lot of shit happened. Kiko Alonso blew him out 40-0. But yeah, see you guys in the next one.